Hey guys, this is Comic and this is my Q&A for March 2016. It's weird because I started the Google Plus and it doesn't ding anymore, and I guess that's a good thing, but at the same time, it's like a habit. You hear the ding usually when you go live, and it's weird. So I actually started exactly at 8 o'clock, but I'll allow you guys obviously to come in and start asking questions because again, just started the show and started setting up too. So I'm gonna wait for you guys to come in and start joining the show. But yeah, Q&A. It's always fun to do these monthly Q&As. I have a lot of fun doing them. They're a lot of fun. And yeah, so as we start the show, I see we have one viewer right now. As we start the show, just get your questions ready in the comments. And, you know, I usually just go through comments for about an hour and a half. Start doing that. But yeah, I've been really consistent with these monthly Q&As. I've been happy with that. And once I get to 8,000 subscribers, want to do another Q&A, special one. I don't know what type of Q&A I'll do, but let me know in the comments below what you'd like to see for 8,000 subscriber Q&A or just video in general. Let me know. Probably ask that again later in the show. So I'm getting close to that. I'm happy about that. And then today also is actually Daredevil premiere day, kind of. It's technically tomorrow, but you know, we wait until 3 in the morning, at least East Coast, and watch at least the first episode. That's what I do, and then I'll probably have a review up for at least the first episode. Like I said, I like doing that when I binge these shows. Did the same thing for Fuller House. Jessica Jones, I saw her in advance, so I didn't have to do that, but so yeah, with the Netflix shows, I tend to do that, and you know, gives me a chance to wait up until 3, at least watch one episode. Then the next day is usually like I read all my comics, so I don't get a chance to watch, you know, as many episodes as I want to. But Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern time next week, I'm gonna have the Media Madness Daredevil show. We have a cool panel for that, so look forward to that. That's on Comic Frontline. So I have to binge Daredevil beforehand, so hopefully I'll be able to. But yeah, I'm excited for Elektra, Punisher, and well, I'm mostly excited for Elektra. I'm not a huge Punisher fan, but we'll see where it goes. See where the season goes. See if it's better in season 1 or worse than season 1. We'll find out. It's gonna be hard to beat Jessica Jones for me. I really enjoyed that show. And then the next Netflix show I'm going to be watching is Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, which comes out in like a month, and I'm excited for that. I really enjoyed the first season. I might re-binge the first season again before season 2 to start getting ready for that. All right, so we have about 5 people here, and it looks like we're starting to get some people. All right, so King Mope says, good evening. Alan Mullen says, I'm here if anyone starts trouble, I'll handle them. Thank you, Alan. And Alan also says, Kat, you see the Tarzan trailer, it just came out. I didn't actually. I saw that was on my feed, but I didn't get to watch the trailer yet. The only trailer I saw today was the X-Men Apocalypse trailer. And I was thinking to do a video for it, but I didn't really think the trailer showed too much, so I didn't really want to do a video. And supposedly like was released at 6:30 in the morning wherever it was released. I don't know about East Coast time, but supposedly it was released really early, the trailer, which is weird. I'm excited for X-Men, I guess, but hopefully it's kind of different from the other X-Men movies, more character driven. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, Tarzan, I haven't been able to have a chance to see the trailer yet, but maybe after this I'll be able to watch it. And then God King Mope says, oh crap, I forgot it's Friday for me now. Oh wow, so where do you live, God King Mope? It's Friday already where you live. That's crazy. Yeah, that's nuts. But it's Thursday now. That must get confusing with like Q&As and the live shows. But yeah, like I said, just keep going with the questions, keep coming with the comments. See that we have 6 viewers now, which is cool. This is what happens when you start early with these type of live shows. But yeah, I'm thinking for this week's topic video, I don't have any suggestions this week, so I might do what do you want to see on Comic Uno, what you've liked seeing on Comic Uno type video. I haven't done that in a while, so I was thinking of doing that. Have a lot of comics to read this week. So far I've read this amount, read all these, and I read Ant-Man too. So have a written review for both Web Warriors and Ant-Man. I'll show you that. Web Warriors, I have a written review on the Marvel Report, and also Ant-Man if you want to go check that out. And then these are all the comics I have left, and a couple of digital comics I have to read too. It's a lot of comics, so I'd have to read all. Some of them I guess I'll read tonight, but probably more tomorrow. Well, definitely more tomorrow because that's my review day. So look forward to that. All right, let's see if we have any more comments. Yes, we do. All right, so Jarrell Reed says, do you watch The Walking Dead? Yes, I do. I actually review the show. I've enjoyed this season a lot more than past seasons. It's not my favorite show on, but I do think it's gotten a little bit better. Really enjoyed last week's episode, and I think there's like 3 more episodes left. I'm curious if it's on the day of Easter. I'm not sure. I'm wondering if they're going to take that week off. I have to look that up, or I'm going to try reviewing it that day. But I'm sure it's going to be on this week. So you got that. Yeah, so I've been reviewing it. I've been reviewing that show since season 2, actually. So I've been reviewing it for a long time. God King Mope says, watch Lucifer yet? Yeah, I've actually seen a good amount of episodes of the show. I'm a little bit behind. The shows I'm behind on right now. Agent Carter, I'm like completely behind on. I'm kind of waiting to see what happens to the show before I catch up because I'm not in love with Agent Carter. Like I could probably skip it if I wanted to, but if it gets renewed, I'll probably watch the rest of season 2. Tell me if you guys seen it, if it's a good season. I've watched only like 3 episodes of that. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I'm an episode behind, only this week's episode. I might end up being a little behind because of Daredevil for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., because usually I watch it when I upload my videos, but I might be watching Daredevil at that time, so we'll see. I might be a little behind on that. Lucifer, yeah, that was the question. I'm a little behind on Lucifer. I don't want to say I'm waiting until Chloe, we find out who she is or what she is, but I kind of am. I'm waiting until, like, it's over with the procedural and more of the story intenseness. But I'm liking it. I even like the procedural portion of it. I know it's not getting great reviews online, but it's pleasantly surprised me. I've been enjoying it. But, yeah, I am a couple episodes behind. And The Magicians, I'm behind on. I'll probably end up binging that show. And I remember last season I watched Unreal, and I want to catch up with that. I have, like, 3 more episodes of that. Want to catch up with that before the new season. So, and then I'm binge watching Gilmore Girls right now, which I'm having a lot of fun with, but it's a long show. So I'm almost done with season 3 for that. So I'm getting there. And God King Mope, he says he's from the UK. That's awesome. Alan Mullen says the trailer looks really good. Nothing like the Disney version. They also released a 90s boy band sci-fi zombie killing movie on April 1st. Yeah, I'll definitely be checking out the trailer. God King Moby says live action Tarzan from the 90s wasn't that bad. I've only seen the Disney Tarzan. I haven't seen any of the other ones. Alan said that was a good movie. Darrell Reed asks if I'm watching Daredevil. Yeah, I opened up with that, but obviously there wasn't a lot of people on just yet. But I am watching Daredevil. I'm going to be doing an episode review when... after I watch the first episode, I'm going to stay up until 3 and at least watch one of the episodes. And I have to finish the show before Wednesday because we do have a Media Madness episode Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern time. So I'm going to be finished with the show beforehand. And of course, I'll have a full-out review on that. Alan Mullen says, I'm waiting for March 28th so I could see the Supergirl and Flash crossover between all Frontline and ETM people talk about. I have to see it. You know what's so crazy? Me and Jay don't have a Media Madness for that. I should talk to Jay about it. Oh, man, we haven't planned anything. I know that Chris, I think he's only caught up on Flash. And then Mike is caught up on Supergirl. I'm not sure about Brand. So we're all scattered with our watching. But, of course, me and Jay are all caught up. So I'm actually going to have to talk to them about that and see what we're going to do. It's kind of just skated by that it's coming so close. I'm super excited. I know I'll be doing at least a video review for it. on my channel. I'm really excited for this. But I'll talk to Jay. Hopefully we can do something good for it. And then my Tyler Durden says, any favorite Daredevil story arcs? Not really, honestly. I would say, I guess disclaimer, and then I'll say my favorite. I have not read too many Daredevil story arcs because I'm not a huge Daredevil fan, and that's why for the show, like, I'm excited because it's a good show, but I'm not like an ultra Daredevil fan. So I did enjoy Jessica Jones a bit more, but I know a lot of people that enjoy Jessica Jones more. But yeah, my favorite, I would say, is probably the Ultimate Daredevil and Elektra series. That was really cool, and just the Ultimate Daredevil series in general. Other than that, I've only read really the Mark Waid stuff and like things here and there with Daredevil, and just never really got interested in it. So I'm not a huge Daredevil fan, but hopefully this season will be interesting for me. But yeah, I would go with the Ultimate Daredevil and Ultimate Daredevil and Elektra. Tevia says hello. God King Mope, there's nothing in Carter than you need to watch. Yeah, this season kind of wasn't for me. I guess I don't love the espionage stuff as more. I want Marvel to do, obviously they're doing Netflix shows for this, but I want them to do more superhero shows. Like, as much as I do like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I tend to like the DC shows a little bit more because they're like comic book shows more, and not Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. isn't, but it's more espionage type show. It's so connected to the Marvel Cinematic Universe that I think it bogs it down. And I don't think it was helpful that I had that hiatus. It's taken me a little while to kind of get into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. again because of it. Even the return episode was okay. So we'll see how Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. does in the later half of the season, even though I do think the show keeps getting better and better with every season. Darrell Reed says, I'm talking about Daredevil on Netflix. Yeah, that's what we were talking about. Yeah. I talked about that. But someone else also asked about the story arcs. Kenneth Sims says, hey. My Tyler Durden says, if you could get David Fincher to direct a superhero film, what superhero would you give him? I don't know. It's a good question. Let me see what past films David Fincher has done. Looking it up. Let's look. He has done Fight Club, Gone Girl. Right. I don't know. I'm curious. I guess I would like to see him maybe do Batman because of Gone Girl. He worked with Ben Affleck, so I'm gonna give him Batman. Kenneth Sims says, any thoughts on the new Ghostbusters movie? If you guys don't watch Comic Frontline, I originally first watched Ghostbusters as a commentary, and I hated it. I really don't like Ghostbusters that much. It's not for me. It's past my generation. The new trailer, I mean, I feel like if you like the old movies, even though if you don't, I've seen people that like the old movies and not like the new trailer, but I feel like it's in the same vein as the old movies from what I saw. And it wasn't my thing. I mean, I might give it a try, the new movies. I think it's great that they're having this girl power thing, but yeah, it's not a franchise I'm into. Even though I do like the cast and that they got more SNL people for the new one. God King Mopey says, Supergirl's being better than I expected. Supergirl's awesome, and I always expected it to be awesome. Krello says, what's your favorite Earth so far? On Flash, or just like in what sense? Flash, the comic books. There's so many Earths. Let me know in the comments. Alice says, hi, Tevia. Tyler Durden said, I would recommend Kevin Smith's Guardian Devil comic popped in episode of back issues of it. Awesome. I'll have to check out that video. Shout out to Sal and Comic Pop. Alan Mullins, I've said it before, DC owns the TV scene and Marvel owns the movie scene. I can agree with that. Andy Ordonez, excited for the Flash and Supergirl crossover. Also, greetings from Colombia. Oh, that's so cool. We have people from the UK. I'm expecting we have people from the US and Colombia. That's so cool how many people are watching this. So yeah, going to your question, am I excited for Supergirl and Flash? Hell yeah. I talked a little bit about this, but super excited. I love both shows. I probably like Supergirl a little bit more just because I like the comic book character a little bit more. But I love Flash. I love Supergirl. Love Arrow. Enjoying Legends of Tomorrow. I think still needs to get its footing a bit, but it's a new show. Trying to think if there's any others. Those are the prime ones. iZombie I've been enjoying. I know it's a Vertigo book that's converted into a TV show, but I always enjoy iZombie. I think it's an under the radar show. And yeah, and I think Lucifer has been a lot better than I expected too. Gotham is the only one I don't watch, and I'm not really interested in watching. Vicious Peg says Age of the Shield sucks. Sorry, it just does. I think I personally feel like it's gotten better. It's not my favorite show of all time. Hold on, it looks like it paused a bit. Let me know, guys, if it paused the video. Just paused on my side. Yeah, what Agents of Shield. I think it's gotten better every season. Again, it doesn't really feel like a superhero show. I think you have to be really invested in the MCU to love it. But I like it. I have a good time watching it. But it's not my favorite show on air. It's a good show. I like it. And I feel like I haven't gotten excited for it since like the beginning of that Inhuman arc. I feel like that's where it was at its best. This season it's good, but not as good as season 2, looking back at it. Alan Mullins, Kat, did you catch up with Girl Meets World season 2 yet? Season 3 starts here soon. Not yet, Alan. I definitely want to catch up, but as I mentioned before, there's so many shows I'm binging right now. But one of these days, I hope I can watch it because Alan, I know you said it's been good. Jarrell Reed, are you a fan of Doctor Who? Yeah, it didn't pause. Okay. Mr. Tyler Durden also said that David Fincher almost directed Spider-Man. I'll go back to the Doctor Who thing. But yeah, I didn't know that. That would have been a very different Spider-Man movie. Doctor Who, am I a fan? Not really. It's not my thing. I've tried it before. I just can't get into it for some reason. Maybe if there's like a girl Doctor Who, maybe I would enjoy it, just I guess to relate to it a little bit more. But yeah, every single time I try watching it, it just hasn't been my thing. Krellos, in the multiverse, what is your favorite Earth from 0 to 51? I would say my favorite Earth is 52 Earths. I'm pretty sure there are. Or maybe there are 51. My favorite Earth. I would go with the Earth 1. I mean, I like the Earth we're on now. But I feel like some of the Earths are different because of the new 52. So do we know the actual Earths? I don't think so. Earth 2 is definitely not my favorite. So I'm curious if they can actually write a map again of what the Earths are, because I don't know if they're actually the same from the new 52. Want to make sure it's not pausing. Is it pausing on your side, guys? Let me know. I don't think so. For some reason, it's like pausing on my side, though. Loading it. Yeah, that's weird. Let me know if it's working on your side. Oh, no, it's working here. All right, going back. Some of these questions. All right. Matt Sereno says, which X-Men character do you think is more deserving of a solo movie than Gambit? I always would say Kitty Pryde. I enjoy Kitty Pryde's character. Vicious Pizza didn't David Fincher direct Alien 3? I have no clue. Do you DC Legends of Tomorrow? I'm guessing, do you like DC Legends of Tomorrow? Coaster Love 2020. I enjoy it. I'm actually part of the Legends Tomorrow podcast, so I talk about it every week. I've been really enjoying it. I can't say it's my favorite out of all the DC shows because, like I said, I think it's still getting its feet wet. And I'm not so much into the time travel aspects as other people might be, but or space actor portion of it. But I like the characters, and I think it's growing. So I like the show. Crazy Comics says, hey, Kat, I can't wait for Daredevil Season 2 in 4 hours. Yeah, I'm excited for it also. Mr. Jade, Jeremy says, "Hey, Kat, didn't know you were doing a Q&A." I know, I forgot to mention it. I think on Media Madness yesterday. So I am doing a Q&A. I decided a couple days ago, and I usually promote on Twitter and Facebook. If you guys want to know when I'm doing a Q&A, follow me on Twitter and Facebook. That's when you're going to get the news. I have to drink a lot of water when I do these Q&As. All right. God King says DC owns the anime movie scene. Really agree with that because Marvel hasn't done much with their animated stuff. People are saying hate each other. Jeremy says, I agree, Mopey, but not recently. I mean, I still think that even though they're not that great, the anime movies that they've been coming up with, I still think they're better than the Marvel ones. Tyler Durden, did you hear Marlon Wayne was going to be Robin when Tim Burton was still involved with Batman? I did not hear about that. God King Mope. Well, Marvel hasn't made a good anime film in a long time. I don't even remember a time they made a good animated film. So, Alan, Mr. J, you doing anything for Flash Supergirl? So that's a question for Jeremy. Jeremy says, other than usual review, nothing really. Hold on, I want to scroll down. Oh, yeah, we're getting a lot here. Okay. Making sure that the video is not freezing for people. Because Alan also asks in the comments. Coaster Love says, do you like the DC leg? Oh, Legends Tomorrow, which I answered a little bit previously. Vicious Pike says, what do you think of Civil War II event? I think it's honestly an excuse for the Civil War movie coming out. Hopefully it's good, but I really haven't liked a Marvel event in a while. I always feel like they're just doing it for the money. So I'll see. I mean, I like the different teams they're picking, but hopefully the story is interesting and not just a cash grab. Mr. J said Doctor Strange was a good anime movie and Hulk vs. Wolverine. I honestly haven't seen either. Other review dude. Hey, Kat, sorry about just getting here, but do you have any plans for 8,000 subscribers? Maybe a tease for like Father Like Daughter issue 3. Maybe, yeah. Maybe I'll talk about like Father Like Daughter issue 3. That was actually a question I had earlier before, but there was less people here. But what would you guys like me to do for 8,000 subscribers? I'm getting close. I'm about like 50 subscribers away. So let me know in the comments below what you'd like me to do for 8,000 subscribers. Like a Q&A, a sneak peek for like Father Like Daughter. Let me know. I'm talking more about the Marvel movies. Andy Ordonez. Don't know if you already talked about it, but what do you think of the new Spider-Man reveal in Civil War? I did talk about it in my video. I'm going to promote this. Go check out my Civil War trailer review. I talk about it there in length, so go check that out. Also, go check out Frontline Live from this week on Comic Frontline, where as a group we all talked about the reveal of Spider-Man. The other review dude, if you're going to write a Kitty Pryde solo film, what would it be a general plot? I would really like to do, well, first you would have to introduce Kitty. So, you know, I would do the 13-year-old Kitty Pryde and maybe another movie just showing like, hey, she was a dancer, 13-year-old from Illinois, went to the X-Men. You know, I would say 3 years later, I would love to see the Wolverine and Kitty Pryde miniseries done on screen. Just seeing her, she goes back to her home for a little while and then follows her father to Japan and meets up with Wolverine. Yeah, literally the devil possessed her. It's a very dark film, but it's really cool because it's where, I mean, dark comic, but it's really cool because it's where she actually comes up with her name. So I would really like to see a Shadowcat and Wolverine film. And I would probably stay pretty loyal to the source material, but make it more modern. Of course, it's very 80s like the comics. Make it more modern. And yeah, I would really like to see that. But yeah, a younger Kitty Pryde. I think that's where you really have to start Kitty. That's what she's kind of, I don't want to say famous for, but the reason a lot of people like Kitty is because you saw her grow up. She's like Dick Grayson in a lot of ways. We saw her at 13 years old and then saw her become a grown woman. So that's why a lot of people like her. So I would really like to see that in the movies too, not just her be like 20 years old, but start her at 13, start her as the youngest X-Men, and then move her for like 10 years and see her grow. So that's what I would like to see. Mr. Tyler Jordan asks if I've ever watched Gargoyles. Yes, I have. Really liked the show. It's been a while since I rewatched it, but it's from Greg Weisman, one of my favorite writers, and I think he did a great job with the show. I remember watching it a lot on Toon Disney as a kid. So yeah, haven't seen it like rewatch it in a little while, but I do enjoy the show. Tevi asks any opinion on Hulk versus Wolverine. I've never seen it. Moving up, sorry. Moving up. Moving on up. God King Mope, you have made some good points. I know the last two are, that's more for Jeremy. Matt Serrano, since Kitty's your favorite, who do you think could replace Helen Page as Kitty? I don't know. Like I said, I would like to see a young actress replace her. Just anyone but Ellen Page. I want the actress to kind of have the girl next door type personality to her. I don't really think Ellen Page brought that to Kitty. I didn't really see many dimensions with Kitty with Ellen Page's version, but that also could be script-wise. I'm not totally blaming it on Ellen Page, but I do think the script wasn't that great for her, and I think Kitty Pryde's an important character, important X-Men character, so she deserves to have more in the films. I don't think they've ever showcased that. I think the best Kitty Pryde showcase in media has been X-Men Evolution. Coaster Love, are you looking forward to Batman vs. Superman? That's a hard question. You know, I'm very optimistic about it. I'm going to be seeing it Thursday, so I'm seeing it that way no one could tell me anything about the movie, or I could see it at a time where there won't be too many spoilers out there. But I'm nervous about it. I haven't been totally excited about the trailers, but I'm also optimistic because this is the start of maybe having a good DC film lineup. It is Batman vs. Superman, so I'm going to go to the movie and just, like I said, keep an open mind and watch it and not think about it too much before I go see the movie. I know so many people think about these movies beforehand, but I think it kind of ruins the experience, or you either underhype something, you overhype it. I just like the experience in general. All right. More Marvel talk in the comments. More Marvel animated talk in the comments. My Tyler Jordan says, have you ever read We Three? It's a comic about three animals and robot mech suits that the government used to kill terrorists. I've never even heard of that. What company publishes it? Other review dude, I would love for you to do a sneak peek of like Father Like Daughter. Yeah, I'll have to talk to Rashawn. Maybe I could. Oh, and I clicked on your channel. I have to talk to Rashawn and see if we could do that. That'd be pretty cool. Because we're getting close to selling issue 2 online for everybody. Excited for that. More Batman vs. Superman questions. Andy Ordon says, will do. You're great, Cat. Thank you. God King Mope said, can we both agree DC's Gods and Monsters was great. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a pretty good film. And obviously just seeing Bruce Timm back was great. Alan Mullins, LOL, Cat. Suggestion, maybe do a new video on the other channel you did. You know, the one you showed me on Media Madness for 8K subs. That I would love to do, but I would have to ask my brother because he always helped me with that channel, and it was more of a collaborative effort, and I don't know if he'll have time to do it, but that'd be cool. Maybe I could bring more characters back in some way. If you guys have never checked out my web series Motherverses, it's on the Random Situations channel. I have the link in like all my videos in the description below, so you can check that out. Hope you enjoyed those, Alan. Jeremy, BTW, Mope is your name. A reference to Mope from Old School Flash. Heard about it from the episode from Comic misconceptions. Mount Tyler Durden. I think I've been saying I'm sorry. Mount Tyler Durden 9. Who do you think Greg Wiseman left Star Wars? Why do you think he left Star Wars Rebels after season 1? Is it so show could have third season? I don't know. I can't tell you why he left. Jeremy says Gods and Monsters was fantastic. I love the Latino Superman. The other dude said listens to Cat's pitch. Ferno Lord, which side are you choosing for Civil War 2? Possibly Iron Man's side because there's just more characters I like on his side. But I don't know what the actual, what they're fighting against. I gotta learn about their ideology and what they're fighting for before I could pick. God King Mope, yes, Mr. J, this account's used on NerdSync for moderating and such, and it took off, so I used it for everything now. The other review dude, listens to Cat pitch, shut up and take my money. I would love to make that movie. Andy says, what about the Venom movie getting a green light? And also, it won't be MCU. It'll be its own separate universe. I don't know how I feel about that. I actually just did a video on that for Comic Frontline last week. So check that out. I have all my thoughts. It's a topic video. Get Comic Frontline. If you want the link to Comic Frontline, it's on again all my videos in the description. So check that out. Mount Tyler Durden, what do you think about Ariel Winter playing young Kitty Pryde? I gotta look at her picture. Oh, Ariel Winter, the one from Modern Family. I don't know. If she could dye her hair brown, I could see her playing Kitty Pryde. And I do like her in Modern Family. I could see Ariel Winter playing her. I think that could be cool. But again, I think she would have to dye her hair brown. I would like to see her kind of look like Kitty too. Mr. J says that he would like to see Macy Williams for Kitty Pryde. Alan Mullen says Jodie Sweetin for Catgirl. Another person from the UK, Coaster Love. Nice for joining us. Mope says Macy Williams as Kitty Pryde would be great. Maybe, don't know. Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know much about the actress to say if I would like that. I could see Jay watching it, cringing at it. LOL. Jeremy, I did a whole video pitching a Kitty Pryde solo series for Whedon. Go check out Jeremy's channel if you want to see that. Coaster Love, did you like Deadpool? Also, well, I could give a little description, but go check out my review for Deadpool. Also on Comic Frontline, we did a whole Media Madness fun show about our thoughts on Deadpool if you want to see that. But small thoughts, I thought it was a good movie. I had fun with it. There are some plot problems, but it was definitely a fun movie. Something different. Mount Tyler Durden, have you ever read The Outsiders or any Judd Winnick comics? I have not read The Outsiders, but I have read Judd Winnick comics, my favorite being his run on Green Arrow. Mount Durden says, We 3 was published by Vertigo and made by Grant Morrison and Frank Quit. Like that, but maybe I'll try out the first issue. The other review dude, what song have you been listening to on repeat recently? I always have a good song listening on repeat. Right now, go on my favorites. I literally been listening to this on repeat. Again, if you guys want to check out what type of music I listen to, it's always on my favorites playlist. But let's see. It's Ruth B. Lost Boy. I really like that. And also Lucas Graham, 7 Years. Burn from the Hamilton Broadway show. I've been listening on repeat also. So you go check out all those songs. Okay. Vicious Spike, do you watch The Strain on FX or read the comic? I do not. The other review dude, how do you feel about the portrayal of Patsy Walker in Jessica Jones Season 1? I loved it. I know, it was definitely a different type of portrayal, but I really liked it. I love Trish as a secondary character, and that's what I really liked about Jessica Jones. I thought her secondary characters or supporting characters who are a lot better than Daredevil's. So that's why I've been enjoying Jessica Jones a bit more. Now, Tyler Durden, have you had a chance to see Bruce Timm's Green Lantern series? I have not seen that. I don't think I have. God King Mope, you have picked the correct side in Civil War based on trailers because Cap's being a dick. Right, let me refresh and see if there's more comments coming. Yes, there are. Now, Tyler Durden, are you looking forward to the Samurai Jack revival? Don't worry, Jendi Tartarovsky, the creator of the show, will be involved. I was never a big Samurai Jack fan, so I probably won't be watching it. Mount Tyler Durden, have you been binge watching Young Justice on Netflix? I haven't watched like the whole series again. I've seen been seeing episodes here and there, and gotten some friends to watch the show for the first time. The other review dude, when it comes to making videos, which one do you decide to go on Comic Frontline? Which ones to go on your main channel? Yeah, I've been juggling that for years now because we had it for Dark Avenger Inc. also. But I have more of a routine now. Topic videos, you know, I have one for Comic Uno, one for Comic Frontline. I have the Mayday's Journey video on Comic Frontline. And then I have Comic Uno episode where I review every comic I read in 1 week into one show. And that's most of the time I do for Comic Frontline. Those are the videos I do. Sometimes if I feel like I have too many videos on my channel, or if I'm like uploading my reviews that day, I'll put something on Comic Frontline. But yeah, and then we'll talk as a group saying, oh, you know, we should post that video on Frontline or whatever. So that's usually how it helps. I think I've gotten very much used to picking and choosing which one goes on which. But yeah, it's kind of how I choose. And then for this channel, I do more, of course, the single comic book reviews. I do TV reviews, the movie reviews. That's kind of what I do. Kind of what I do here. So that's how I choose. Jeremy says, you know, the more I see this Powerpuff reboot, the more I appreciate. I get. What are your thoughts? More apprehensive, I get. Sorry. Yeah, I do not like what I've been seeing with the new reboot. They don't have the same voice actors. And then I rewatched a lot of the old Powerpuff Girls like this week because we're doing a commentary on it for Media Madness because Jay has never seen Powerpuff Girls. And I'm like, you've never seen Powerpuff Girls? So now I'm getting like 4 episodes for him to watch and for us to commentate. So I've been rewatching a lot to see which episodes I wanted him to see. And I'm like, oh my God, I appreciate this show so much more. And then I watched a reboot. It just doesn't have the magic that the original had. I think it had really good humor, had good character-driven stories, and they fit that all in like 10 minutes. It was a great, beautiful show. And here, it just doesn't have what it used to, at least from what I've been seeing. But I will try to review at least the first episode for you guys to see if I enjoy it, because I am a big Powerpuff Girls fan. You guys never seen it, watch it. Don't be deceived by the title. It's a really good show, especially if you're a superhero fan. That's a really good show. Funny show too. Other review dude, do you remember the first rated R film or TV show you saw? Yeah, I do remember, I think. The one I think I've seen fully that I knew was a rated R movie was Halloween from Rob Zombie, actually. A horrible rated R movie to see. But that was, I think, the first one I ever saw. Pretty sure. Baron Von Comic Network says, do you think Batman vs. Superman will fail? Not in the box office. I think it's going to do great in the box office. Critic-wise, I don't know. But it's Batman vs. Superman. It's going to do really good in the box office. God King Mope, Young Justice coming back seems to be more hopeful. Oh no, I'm now hopeful, not dismissive, setting myself up for disappointment. Hey, Eric, God King Mope says. And Eric says hello back. Mount Tyler Durden says, favorite Kevin Smith film? Mine would be Dogma. Probably, I guess The Clerks. Matt Serrano, what are your top 5 comics you stuck with for a while? I don't know if I have a top 5 because I read a lot of comics. Like good ones, bad ones. I mean, I have a huge pull list. I could go with ones I stuck with but don't really like. That would be Green Arrow would be one of them right now, and Earth 2 Society is another. At the moment, that's all I could think of. Those are two, like, I've been reading for such a long time, and I'm just a big Green Arrow fan that I feel like I'm obliged to read, but I don't really like the series right now. So I think that was the question you're asking. Jeremy, for me, my first rated R TV show was HBO's Spawn animated series. Books are my social life. I love that title. Are you a fan of Teen Titans? Yeah, I love Teen Titans. They're my favorite team, really. Are you talking about the TV show or the comic? TV show was good too. I like the TV show, but I love the Teen Titans. More of a like Cassie Sandsmark, Tim Drake version of the team than Donna Troy and Dick Grayson, like the original Teen Titans. But love them. I love the team. The current Teen Titans book I hate though. Not the Teen Titans I know. I've tried many times to read it though. I'm gonna pick up next week's issue though, with the Wonder Girl story going on, and pack writing that. Alan Mullins, wait, Jay's never seen Powerpuff Girls. We did it. We found Skynet's weakness, Powerpuff Girls. He's never seen it. He said he never passed the theme song. He judged it before he saw it. So now I'm making him watch 4 episodes, and he's gonna fall in love, and he's gonna watch every single episode. We know it. Coaster Love, I'm watching Arrow 1, 2, 3 seasons. I have not watched season 4 yet, but it's good. I love Arrow personally. I know it has its faults, but I love the show. Mount Tyler Durden, what are your thoughts on Generator Rex? I remember the show. I didn't really watch many episodes of it, but I do remember it was on. There was another show that was on with it that I really liked that I'm like don't remember the name of, but it was like some princess and they went to high school. It did not last long at all. It was on Cartoon Network, but I enjoyed it. We have 20 viewers. That's awesome. All right. Books Are My Social Life says that Powerpuff Girls was his childhood. Eric says, what are your comic you most hate right now? Probably Green Arrow. Really not liking that. Krelos says, my prediction for Wolfblood this season is that Katrina will find out about the Wolfbloods. I'm thinking this because the side story with her isn't really needed unless there is some importance, I think. I completely agree with you. I think, I hope Katrina finds out sooner than later. I hope it's not like a Tom and Shannon story where in season 1 they find out like the last episode of that season or series, if you're from the UK. I hope she finds out sooner. And I agree, because I don't think they would add Katrina. And she seems much more than just comedic relief, which I love. I'm enjoying her character. Gotta move back up. Other review dude, how's your documentary Woman Out of Refrigerators coming? I'm very interested and excited. It's going really well. Right now, I pretty much I have all my footage, which I'm really excited about. Now I'm like transcribing everything. That way I don't have to keep going back and forth. So it helps a bit more to write out everything. So I'm almost done with that. I'm hoping to finish it tonight before Daredevil, actually, with that. And then I'm going to start doing a rough cut. And by May, it'll be up on the channel. So I'm really excited. I've been working literally all year on this and done not just a lot of research, but just done a lot of stuff for it and a lot of preparation for it. There's a lot of cool guests in the film too, so I think you guys are going to enjoy it. I know I'm enjoying it, the process right now. Jose says, at my comic shop, we were discussing comic collecting, and the topic was what's the lowest grade on a comic before you lose interest? Like a 2 point, like the quality of a comic, or do you feel like a reviewing comic, like a comic that I'm reviewing that's like, oh, 1-star book, or do you mean like the quality a 10.0 to a 0? Like, is that what you mean? Let me know in the comments. Other review dude, what film do you recommend to someone like me who has never seen a Kevin Smith film? That is a good question. I mean, I would say the more popular ones are like Clerks, Chasing Amy. Trying to think of, I'm really interested in seeing that new one, the Hoger Hauser. Sorry, someone's trying to get something, but no, I'm trying to think of the new names, like the Hoger Hauser something movie, and it's with his daughters in it. That looks really interesting. Tyler Posey from Teen Wolf's in it. So maybe watch that. It's a newer film of his, so I think that was just premiered at Sundance, I want to say. Mount Tyler Durden, have you ever read Mark's Wade Kingdom Come? Yeah, I've read pieces of it. I've not read the whole Kingdom Come. I've read a lot of tie-ins from it. Books are my social life. The TV show I have read, I've never read the comics. I don't know where to start. Oh, yeah, if you want to read the Teen Titans comics, check out Jeff Johns' run of Teen Titans. I'm pretty sure, I'm trying to think of what the volume's called, but I'll send you a link. Just remind me. Message me after, and I'll send you a link of what the cover looks like. And it's a great volume to start with. And then the TV show, yeah, I enjoyed the show. Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's my favorite comic book show of all time, but it's in the middle. It's in the middle of my favorites, and I grew up loving it. Remember waking up Saturday mornings for WB, watching Teen Titans. It was fun, and yeah, it's a cool, different type of superhero show. Jeremy says, Web Warriors issue, I got so pissed. I'm telling you, Jeremy, I didn't lie to you. It's not my top pick. You had Ant-Man, and you have Web Warriors. All right, the other review dude said, have you seen Powerpuff Girls Z? Not enough. Like, I've only seen maybe like one episode of it. And that was a long time ago, so not really. Matt Tyler Jordan says, what are my thoughts on the Ratchet and Clank movie? I haven't seen it. Let me look that up. Oh, it's like that's the one with the video game guy. That really answers it. Yeah, I have no opinion on it. I'm sorry. I've seen a trailer of it, though. I think I saw it behind Zootopia. Justin Shu, what is the first show on Netflix that you binge watched? I couldn't even tell you. I've had Netflix for such a long time. I could not even tell you. Maybe wasn't Pretty Little Liars. Elephant Princess. I watched. That's actually a really good Australian show. I've had that on my Netflix account for so long. I really couldn't tell you. That's a good question, though. Eric says Powerpuff Girls is amazing. I'm telling, it is. It's a good show. Everyone's singing the theme song now. Books are my social life. What is your favorite book or books that you're not related to comics? Yes, my username is a true reflection of my life right now. I wish I had more time to read novels, but my favorite, I would go with, honestly, I like Lord of the Flies. I've always enjoyed that novel. Yeah, I go with Lord of the Flies, sorry. Justin Chu, what is your least favorite comic book series right now? I did answer that before, but I'll say shortly, Green Arrow. The ones I'm reading now, at least. There's others I don't really like, but ones I'm currently reading. Yes, Jeremy's right. The show I was talking about was Symbiotic Titan. That was the show. I couldn't think of the name of it. That was pretty good. I thought it was ahead of its time. Now, Tyler Durden, have you ever watched Batman Gotham Knights, and what are your thoughts on superheroes being animated in anime? Batman Gotham Knights, let me look it up if I've seen it. There's so many Batman stuff out there. Batman, I think I have. Oh yeah, I've seen that. Oh no, I haven't. That's the anime one. I have not seen Batman Gotham Knight. And I've not seen any of the anime superhero stuff. Maybe I should. Recommend one that's good to me, guys, in the comments. Eric asks about the Ghostbusters movie. I answered that a little bit earlier in the show. Jeremy, books are my social life. I'm totally absorbed into Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare right now. Books are my social life. Big fan of your channel. I keep up with your Once Upon a Time reviews as much as I keep up with your show. LOL. Much love from Trinidad. Oh, that's awesome. I know someone from Trinidad also. That's really cool. Yeah, I have to catch up on Once Upon a Time. I'm a little behind on it. I didn't get to watch the 100th episode yet, but I'll let you know my thoughts once I get to watch it. And thank you. I'm glad that you're enjoying the channel. And I love that we're getting some Wolfblood questions in the comments. Krilios asks, the one thing for Wolfblood that is most requested, but I don't think will ever happen, is that Maddie and Ridian will return for the finale, let alone at all. I just don't see how they would reintroduce them. Yeah, I think they've, I don't want to say gone past them, but I don't see them reintroducing those characters either. I think they kind of ended it with what they did with Series 3. Books are my social life is talking about Santa Claire. Dustin Chu, favorite superhero animated film? That's hard. I don't know, top of my head. There's a lot of favorites. Probably Wonder Woman, the Wonder Woman animated film. Best superhero opening scene for like a movie, TV show. Jose Rodriguez says grade 1.0 or up. Maybe a 5, I would say, would be the worst I would read. Depending on the comic. If it's a really old like comic and a really popular one, I'll try to read it, but I would like it to be readable. Who's your best Joker? Mine is Jack Nicholson. I would say either Heath Ledger or Mark Hamill. Probably Mark Hamill. Talk about Cassandra Clare, sorry. Jeremy, yes, the Teen Titans book I was talking about is Kids Stuff, it's called. That's the volume if you want to read it. Vicious Pike Dawson mentioned that Symbiotic Titans was the name of the show, and that was on with Generator X. I think they had a crossover too. Yeah, I do remember they were on at the same time. Let me see how much time. Yeah, we have time. All right, we gotta go up. Wait, I missed a lot of questions for some reason. Well, I didn't miss them, but I'm scrolling down too quick. Books are my social life. Teen Titans was also my childhood. That cliffhanger at the end of the last season, though. I know, I remember always rewatching the show and being like, that's how it ends? That kind of sucks. I always say that. Other review do. What is the longest time you have gone without reading comics? That's probably like a week. I would say a week. Mount Tyler Durden, just heard Scott Snyder is leaving Batman. Feeling really sad. Well, he's going to be on Detective Comics, so go move on to that. You'll still be doing a Batman series. Alan Mullins, you haven't lived until you lived through the whole Light Saga. They made us wait 2 weeks so they could let everyone catch up. In case you didn't know, I'm talking Power Rangers. Jeremy, yeah, but all good things must come to an end. The other review dude, have you ever seen Martin Mystery or Totally Spies? I've seen like an episode of Martin Mystery, but Totally Spies is my jam. I love Totally Spies. It's like, was my favorite show growing up. Next to Lizzie McGuire. Yeah, I love Totally Spies, and I actually watched some of the season 6 that was recently released. It wasn't as good as the other ones, and I was upset that Mandy didn't know that they were spies at that point, but I love it. I think it's a great show. I have a blast with it. I just recently, literally a week ago, watched the movie Totally Busted. Story about that, story time. I remember when I was in like grammar school, there was no opportunity to watch Totally Busted. Like there wasn't any DVDs or anything. So I remember I just wanted to see Totally Busted. I love the movie. Still do. It's not a good one, but I loved Totally Spies, Totally Busted, because the parents find out that they were spies. And anyways, so once it aired on Cartoon Network, it was on New Year's. It was random, and I taped it. So that was on my DVR for about 5 years. Now, this is before, like, you could plug in a USB and have it on your computer. I was before all that time. And then my brother's like, can we erase Totally Spies? I'm like, no, never erase Totally Spies. And then I seen the movie. That's really bad. But yeah, the actual Totally Spies movie, the one that came out after the show ended. So as you could tell, huge Totally Spies fan. Wish that they could, like, show the season in America, the newest one. Maybe I would review it if they did. Mount Vernon Kid, Chris says, have I seen the second X-Men Apocalypse trailer? Talked a little bit about it in the beginning of the Q&A. I have. I was a little underwhelmed by it, but I liked Olivia Munn. I thought she looked cool as Psylocke. I'm really excited to see her as Psylocke. Exile State Comics. Hey, you are more excited for the Avengers Pleasant Hill story or Apocalypse War, or are you burnt out on events? Yeah, I'm not really excited for either of them. Haven't been loving the Pleasant Hill one, and then I have not read Extraordinary X-Men yet, so I can't say anything about Apocalypse War, but I think it's totally too soon for the X-Men to have an event. I don't even think they've settled down in their own series yet, so I think the only X-Men series I'm really enjoying right now is Wolverine, is all new Wolverine. The other ones are just kind of lackluster at this point. So yeah, I don't think they need an event. I don't think that's something they need. Jeremy saying hi to Chris. Mount Tyler Jordan, have you ever read JLA from the 90s? Yeah, I've read that series. Justin Chu, worst casting in a superhero movie. Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. No, I can't say that until I see the movie. There's so many bad castings out there. We have Halle Berry as Catwoman. I would say that's a pretty bad casting. George Clooney as Batman. Name the movie, and I'll say if it was bad. Books Are My Social Life also says I'm behind on Once Upon a Time 2, having even checked out the new episodes as yet. So I'm not alone that we're both behind. Let's scroll back up. Losing my place. That always happens. Okay. Other review dude, how do you keep your channel fresh and avoid going into a constant cycle? I think a lot of the new shows and new movies help it keep fresh, keep my channel fresh. And then also, like, I do Q&As. Like, that was kind of a new thing. And I'm like, you know what? I really enjoy doing this. I'm going to do this monthly. So, and also what I like doing is asking you guys what you want to see. So, like, every 6 months or so or a year, I'll do a video, which again is going to be a topic video for this week. What do you want to see on Comic Uno? And it helps me figure out what you'd like to see on the channel and what you'd like to see stay, and, you know, how I could mix it up a bit. Krelos, I'm going to head off now. Bye. Love the live stream. Thank you for staying with me and joining. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Chris says, am I ready for the Supergirl Flash crossover? Talked about that a little bit earlier, but yes, totally ready. Mr. J's Comic Reviews, Jeremy says, Cat, the Blade anime was good. I think you should be into it, given that you like vampires and supernatural stuff. And Jeremy, totally trust your word on that. Me and Jeremy like a lot of the same stuff, so I'll have to check that out. Chris, hey, Cat, were you a fan of Ben 10? I love Ben 10. I got all the way up to the 3rd series. Then I didn't like the newest one. I didn't like that. My favorite character was Gwen, so I enjoyed her character. She grew a lot, especially through Alien Force. Well, Alien Force being the biggest one she grew from. I loved it. I thought it was a great show. I miss it being good. Tavia asks if I have opinions on Civil War 2, something I talked about earlier. Tavia says, are you ready for DC Rebirth? Actually, Frontline, we're planning a big event for DC Rebirth this coming week. Has stuff to do with videos and our live show coming up for that Saturday when all the creative teams are announced, and even post that. So, yeah, I'm excited overall, though. And at Frontline, we're really excited over there to just start discussing it. Okay. Mount Tyler Durden says, "Did you know David Bowie was almost Joker? I did not know that." Other review dude says, "I don't think Symbiotic Titan had a crossover, but I know Ben 10 had a crossover Generator Rex. Maybe that was it. I feel like I know they're on at the same time. That's probably it. It's been a while. I haven't seen the show since it was on air." Tevia says, "Any opinion on Fuller House? Because in my opinion, the show is a complete train wreck." I think if you like the original Fuller House, it's exactly what you would expect. I had a fun time watching it, and I'm excited for season 2 when that's on. And if you want more of my opinion on that, we did a whole Media Madness episode talking about Fuller House, actually with Jeremy and Alan Mullins was on that show. So go check that out. And yeah, and go check out my review on my channel. I have the episode 1 review and also a season review. Alan says, "I miss Lizzie. Always thought she could return as a grown-up with her own kids." I could see that happening. I know that she's on the show younger right now, but Jeremy says, "Sam was my favorite Totally Spy. Clover was my favorite. I always enjoyed Clover." Sam would probably be second, though. Then Alex. Mount Tyler Durden, Batman the Killing Joke's being adapted by Bruce Timm. Have you ever read the original graphic novel? I have read the Killing Joke. It was actually a big part of the Killing Joke's going to be a big part of my documentary, so definitely check that out. Yeah, but Jeremy says that Tevye, you must not have watched Full House growing up. Yeah, because if you've seen the show, I feel like it's the same cheese that you got, a little bit more vulgar, but if you take it as it is, it's not going to be the best show in the world, but it's a nostalgic show, and I had fun in that regards. Not perfect by any means, though. The other review dude said, "I can imagine Kat going, 'No, we must keep Totally Spies forever. It's sacred.'" It was. No one could erase it. I had a star next to it, and then we got a new DVR, so that kind of sucked. But I remember I actually kept the old DVR. He's like, "No, we're taking it." And I wanted it that badly that we had a new DVR, but we still kept the old one just because Totally Spies was on that one. And I was so worried to lose my Totally Spies movie. Tevye said he never liked Full House. Well, that's probably why he didn't like Fuller House, because, again, same tone. Alan says, "Watch it, Tevye. That was some of our childhoods." Hey, Entity Edge Comics says hello, and so does Nathan Banks. And then Chris is saying hi to them. Books for My Social Life is singing the Lizzie McGuire song from the movie. I've seen that movie like 10 million times. I love Lizzie McGuire. Oh, and for some reason, I hate that it keeps scrolling like this. That's the one thing I do miss about the old chat, is that it was easier to scroll through comments. Tevye asks if had an opinion on Justice League Gods and Monsters getting a season 2. I didn't watch the web series. I just watched the movie, but I like the movie. And I think I was interested in the superheroes that were going to be in season 2. I'm pretty sure it was who's going to be it? Mary Marvel was going to be a character, which I'm excited about. I think. It's been a while. Vicious Spike says he's burned out from Marvel's events. Tevye's asking, why are we getting another event? Money. Just answered about the events. Tevye asked if I had an opinion on the Static Shock TV show. Loved it growing up. It was a great show. It was one of my favorites growing up, and I still love it. I watch it every once in a while. I rewatch it. It was a good show. Have you ever watched Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated? I have not. Scooby-Doo, I've watched, the one that was, I guess, early 2000s, the one when I was a kid. I also watched a puppy named Scooby-Doo. I know that's not a popular one, but, or maybe, yeah, a puppy named Scooby-Doo. The one with the small, the sidekick cousin. I've seen that one. Again, not everyone's favorite, but that was something that was on when I was growing up. And of course, the original Scooby-Doo. Alan says, funny story. I let my nieces watch Lizzie McGuire. They said it was better than Hannah Montana. That's a win for me. It was a better show than Hannah Montana. But as a kid, I did like Hannah Montana. Tevia says, question, any opinion on upcoming Daredevil Season 2? Really want to do a spoiler-filled discussion with you, please. Sorry, Tevia. Right now, we are full with the Media Madness discussion. That will be the only Daredevil show I'll be doing. And the show isn't out yet, so I can't talk about it until I see it. But I will probably only be doing the Media Madness show. But definitely leave your comments in that. Again, Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. You'll follow us in the comments. Books are my social life. I love Scooby-Doo, but didn't particularly dig Mystery Incorporated. At one point, I did, but it got old and inconsistently bugged me. Coaster Love, you play video games? Because my PS4 is the Batman PS4. I have an Xbox One. I don't play too many video games, but when I do, I mostly play Call of Duty. I really enjoy that. Probably will play it after. Played it before, so yeah, I play Rock Band and stuff like that. I'm excited for Mirror's Edge to come out. Super Smash Bros. Is another game I really enjoy. Other review dude said Alex was my favorite Totally Spy, then Sam, then Clover. No love for Clover. Tevia says, question, Cat, why can't we get a Spider-Girl series? Read Web Warriors and you'll find out why we can't get a Spider-Girl series. Yeah, Jeremy just said that. Well, Tevia, bad news. Don't read Web Warriors. Too late. Already read it. No, boy, I'm pissed. Read my written review, Tevia, on the Marvel Report if you want my full opinion on Web Warriors. Also, of course, I'll be doing a video review on Web Warriors tomorrow. I wasn't planning on to until I read it, but Books Are My Social Life says Full House was all right. Haven't checked out Fuller House yet. Yeah, again, if you like the original, you'll like the sequel. If you don't like the original, don't watch the sequel. Oh, I will say Jodie Sweetin was really well. Did a really good job in Fuller House, I thought. I'm glad that she's kind of getting back into acting again. Jeremy said, hey now, that's what dreams are made of. I was so addicted to that song growing up. Oh, man. Gordo was a brown bear with a hidden agenda. Mount Tyler Durden, would you like to see another darker iteration of Scooby-Doo? Those seem to get the most praise. I think the hipster Scooby-Doo that DC Comics are coming out is going to be dark. We'll see how that goes. All right, next. More singing of Lizzie McGuire. Other review dude. Now, all I can think of is the theme song of What's New, Scooby-Doo. We're coming after you. We're going to solve that mystery. It's a good theme song. All right, yeah, keep going with the questions, guys. We have about, I guess, a half an hour left. Tebia says, still want Young Justice Season 3. Hopefully that'll happen this year. It will definitely not happen this year, but maybe it'll get picked up for this year. But it's not, you still got to film it. The other review dude says, did you like how they handled Mary Kate and Ashley also not being there? I thought it was pretty funny. Yeah, I enjoyed that a lot. I thought that was really cool how they did that. Broke the fourth wall in the first episode for like a minute. That's funny. And then they did it again. Tevia says, any opinion on Supergirl maybe getting a new comic book series since the success of Supergirl TV show? Already has a new comic book series, actually, with digital comics, which I think I've stated that to you, Tevia, before. But yeah, she already does have her own comic book series, just not printed, but it's going to be printed in May, I think. Chris says, thoughts on Big Hero 6 getting a series? I like the movie. It's not like my favorite Disney movie in the world, but I think actually it would work better as a TV series than it did a movie. So I'll be watching it. I'll probably watch at least the first episode to see if it's like a good show or if it's going to be kiddified. think it's gonna be Disney XD. So I'll give it a try definitely, and hopefully have good animation too. Sorry, I just want to answer someone back. And then just keep going with your questions, guys. All right, let's see if there's more questions. Jeremy, favorite anime series opening? For me, it's tied between Kim Possible and Darkwing Duck. That's way too hard to come up with the opening. I could just have a whole list. Sometimes, like, I'll go for an hour and just search YouTube and, like, listen to cartoon openings or just opening of television shows in general. But yeah, I loved Kim Possible's opening. Call me, beat me if you want to reach me. All right, let's see. Tevia, why does Big Hero 6 get a series, but Young Justice doesn't? Two different companies, can't compare them. Big Hero 6 is Marvel slash Disney, and Young Justice is DC. So you really can't compare them. And Jeff Loeb, I don't think will have anything to do with Big Hero 6. All right. Let's see. Alan, I don't know, Mr. J. That Gargoyles opening season 2 was awesome. Matt Tyler Jordan, have you checked out any of the Milestone Media comics like Icon, Hardwire, and Static Shock? I read Static Shock. I didn't love it, actually. I thought it was really dark, but I did read Static Shock for a while. Jeremy, Big Hero 6 is being handled by the creators of Kim Possible. What? I didn't know that. Now I'm excited. Damn, I love Kim Possible, so I'm excited for Big Hero 6 now. Books are my social life. While we're on the topic of TV shows, has anyone ever watched Desperate Housewives? Lynette for the win. I haven't. Heard it was a great show, though. Did win a lot of Emmys. Tevia says, any opinions on Supergirl Volume 1, Girl Steel? I haven't read it in a long time, honestly. I can't tell you. I remember it being okay. I didn't love the first volume. But I haven't read it in a while. Princess of Geeks. Hey, sister, do you read Velvet by Greg Rucka? I don't. I'm not a big fan of the spy genre like that, but I've heard good stuff. Alan says, Tevia, do you fully understand Disney reach on planet Earth? They own everything practically. They really do. They own Lucasfilms, Marvel, ESPN, Pixar. I mean, list goes on. Oh yeah, Velvet's from Ed Brewbreaker, Jeremy said. Mount Tyler Jordan, I like playing Call of Duty as well. Have you ever played Black Ops 1 or 2? I've played both. I'm playing 2 right now because that's the most recent. Books are my social life is singing the Kim Possible theme song. The other review dude, what was the last comic you didn't review for your channel? Running joke with me and Mystical Green Beanie is that I will go back to making video and my first one is going to be Like Father, Like Daughter. That is awesome. I can't wait until you review Like Father, Like Daughter. Let me know when you do. What was the last comic I read that I didn't review? I review a lot of comics, as you know, but they would be like older comics. I'm reading one of the one of the old Titans runs, so I guess that's one that I read. Saga 2 I haven't been reviewing, but I've been trying to read. So there's definitely a good list. Usually like the trade stuff or stuff I've missed, I'll read, or just stuff I like going back to because I really enjoyed the issue. I tend to do that with like Ultimate Spider-Man. Spider-Girl I review, but sometimes I'll go back to an issue I've obviously already reviewed. Good question. And yes, I'm really excited for your Like Father, Like Daughter review. Hopefully that comes soon. I'm going to shorten that question, Tevia, but because I have a feeling you're going to talk about Spider-Man and Dan Slott, which we've obviously talked a lot on Frontline Live about. And I do like a Silver Surfer run. I think it's great. So I think it's some of his best work recently. Coaster Love says, do you like theme parks? I love theme parks, especially like Disney. I try to go every year. Yeah, I have a good time at theme parks. Oh, Tevia says Black Ops 3 is the recent. That's the one I'm playing now, whatever the recent one is. Princess of Geeks asks if I'm a fan of Lucifer. I'm a little behind. I talked about this earlier in the show. I'm a little behind on the show, but I'm enjoying it. Other review dude says my favorite theme song and defiantly favorite show of my childhood was Danny Phantom. That was a good show. I think about that show too. You know what I was recently listening to from Danny Phantom? The Ember song. The Remember Ember song got totally stuck in my head, and I was recently listening to that. I'm like, this was good. Yeah, Danny Phantom was a really good show. I remember when it aired too. It aired like right after the Kids' Choice Awards. Often, they should like air stuff after Kid Choice Awards. Danny Phantom was the bomb, and I agree, Jeremy. They should make a comic for Danny Phantom. Mount Tyler Jordan. Did you know Big Hero 6 was created by Man of Steel, the creators of Ben 10 and Generator X? Man of Action, sorry. I didn't know that. This is like getting me really excited to watch Big Hero 6, the TV show. The other review dude, how are you going to enjoy your spring break? Honestly, by doing work, because I have so much work for school and this documentary that I don't know if I'll have much of a break. I think I'll be hopefully like watching Daredevil, like have some time to do that. But yeah, usually I actually do stuff for spring break, but this year's been crazy. So I was not able to do anything for spring break this year, and it's my last spring break. So, and Jeremy is singing "Ember." You'll remember my name. It's a good song. I was just and more people are singing it. That's how good it is. You do have to remember Ember. It's like 2 minutes too. So I listened to the long version. I was also listening to Powerpuff Girls song with the clown, who was also voiced by the guy who does SpongeBob, Tom Kenny. Yeah, there's some good songs in those cartoons. They don't do that anymore. You know, also had a good song, Fairy Odd Parents musical episode. Pretty good. Where is the Fun? It's always stuck in my head. Remember the Diana DeGarmo American Idol episode, Fairy Odd Parents. They don't make cartoons as they used to. They don't make cartoons as they used to. That is my grandma voice. Tevi asks about Samurai Jack, something I already answered. Matt Vernon Kid says, I think people are forgetting Big Hero 6 Marvel. Tevi asks if I have an opinion on Kingdom Hearts. Not really. I played the game when it originally came out, but could never pass the rope stage because we didn't have a memory card, didn't know we needed one. So we'd always never pass the first stage. And always have to play it over again. And for some reason, we were okay with that. Never got angry. It was like, oh, the rope stage. Collect the rope around the island. Never actually... Jeremy says, I love the Powerpuff Girls end credit song. Everything about the Powerpuff Girls is awesome. Other review dude, also having you read my questions out loud makes me realize how much I'm slipping on grammar. It's cool. We all slip on our grammar. Tevia, Fairy Odd Parents used to be good, but now it's gone way too long. I think it's over now. I think it ended. Coaster Love, did you like Frozen? And yes, what you beat song from it? Or what's the best song? I loved Frozen. It's one of my favorite Disney movies. I know it's, overrated, I guess, for people, but I love it. I have a good time with it. I saw it 2 times in theaters. My favorite song, that always changes. Love is an Open Door, I would say. Or no, Do You Want to Build a Snowman? That's my favorite. More Ember talk. I'm glad I brought that up. Harold Bean, were you surprised with the MC2 connection in the latest Ant-Man? Hell yeah, I squealed with that last thing. I think Nick Spencer wrote that issue for me. It was perfect. I will have a review for Ant-Man tomorrow, though, for more discussion about that. But you can also check out my written review on the Marvel Report for Ant-Man for more opinion on that. Tevia says, question, any opinion on the MC getting closer and closer? I don't really get that question. Can you reword it, Tevia? Oh, sorry, I didn't read your last part. To the recent Marvel Universe. I will talk about that in my Ant-Man review. I don't want to spoil my thoughts on Ant-Man. Mount Tyler Jordan, have I read Recommender's Uncanny X-Force? Not the full run, but I've read a good amount of issues. Jeremy says, for the first time in forever was his favorite Frozen song. Oh, did it? Chris says that Chris said that Fairy Odd Parents got renewed for a 10th season. I thought that show ended already. Yeah, once they got, I mean, a long time. I know there was like a dog now. I do agree the show was better before. I guess it's cool that it's still on for those kids that are watching it. Jeremy says, though I do love the Harley Quinn parody, do you want to kill the Batman? That is a good one. I'm pretty sure Jeremy is the one who showed me that. Other review juice says, I love the music from Fairy Odd Parents, especially early ones, like Shiny Teeth and an original Halloween episode. I love Shiny Teeth. Shiny Teeth and Icky Vicky. Good songs. Mount Vernon, Mount Tyler Durden. Have you watched Outlaw Star or Cowboy Bebop? Cowboy Bebop is definitely on the list to watch because I've heard good stuff. I've not heard of Outlaw Star, though. Jeremy, I've been telling her to watch those. Yeah, Jeremy has been giving me a good anime list. Right now, anime-wise, I'm watching K-On!, which is fun. I've been enjoying it. And Digimon Tri, of course, which I just finished up. That other review dude says my favorite was Fixer Upper because that, by the way, I don't see no ring. For some reason I couldn't get into Fixer Upper, but it does have a good beat once you get to listen to it. There's a question on, I'm not going to read the whole thing, Tavia, but just my opinion on Spider-Man 2099. I've been enjoying it. I think it's been a solid series, especially the recent issues. Harold Bean, what are your thoughts on the new X-Men trailer? It was cool, but not much new stuff. Yeah, I talked about that earlier in the cast, so definitely check that out. Coaster Love says, Love is an Open Door is my best song. I'm surprised no one picked Let It Go, but I think people are tired of it. Tavia, I've talked about Tim Drake too often. I'm going to skip that question. You've asked that question before on Frontline. Try avoiding the Teen Titans Spider-Man in Ultimate Universe questions. And anyone sucking, we want it to be a positive thing. All right. Tavia says, any opinion on 11/22/63? I haven't seen it. I know it's on Hulu, though. The other review dude, I just realized I was a sophomore in high school when Matt Fraction's Hawkeye series debuted and a freshman in college when it ended. I don't remember when it ended. It ended like 2 years ago. I was a sophomore in college. If it ended 2 years ago. I think it did. I'm a senior in college now. Mount Vernon Kid says he loves the DuckTales opening. That's a good one, too. All right, we're going to go on for another like 15 minutes. So, guys, get into your last minute questions as we start to wrap up soon. Jeremy, do you think Davis will make an appearance in Digimon Tri since Ken is back? I hope so. I was really surprised that they had a connection to Digimon Adventures 2. I didn't expect that. But I've been really enjoying Tri. You can check out my part 2 review. But I really like that they focused on Mimi and Joe in this part because I feel like they never focused on them. And Mimi is my favorite character tied with Kari. Hopefully Kari could get something. Hopefully Sora gets something because they haven't done anything with her. Or TK. And I'm sure Ty and Matt will get their stuff towards the end of the series. Mount Tyler Jordan says, do you think if Harley Quinn remembered that she was a psychiatrist, she could figure out Batman's secret identity? I think she knows she's a psychiatrist. I don't think she wants to bother to figure out Batman's secret identity. Do I have a this is Tevia opinion on Soul Eater? I haven't seen it, but I'm interested in that. It looked interesting. Man in the High Castle, haven't seen. That was Tevia's question. Are you looking forward to not having any more projects and homework in a few months? I am, but then real world. So that I'm looking forward to that. Harold Bean, I saw Luke Perry on a game show and think he'd be a cool can say this word, abracadabra on Flash maybe. Yeah, I think they would have to pay a lot of money for Luke Perry to come on to Flash though. Yeah, Jeremy says Rosemont was badass. She was. That's so cool. It was so cool to see another evolution for them because again, they're kind of forgotten, not forgotten characters to the side. So it's really cool to like dig deeper into their characters. Tevia, question: any opinion on Digimon animated movies? Which I think that's what we're talking about now, unless you're talking about the previous ones, which were good too. I think Digimon's a great show. Favorite ride in the Disney parks? Splash Mountain. It's a classic for me. I also like Rock and Roller Coaster. Chris, last question. Do you want in on challenge me and Jay are doing? Yeah, you know, not this coming week is a little busy, but yeah, in the future I would like to do maybe the challenge. Tell me more, Chris, when I would have to do it, and give me more. I know what it is, but give me more detail what I would have to do. And I could try doing it. The other review dude, what are you most looking forward to doing with your series Like Father Like Daughter? Having you guys read more of it. I'm excited about that. But I'm excited about it. Yeah, just getting more people to read it, honestly. Get more opinions about the book. I'm excited about that. But playing more superhero tropes. It's a lot of fun. Getting past the first arc. It's going to be a lot of fun to do that too. Jeremy says she doesn't care. Harley's proven if she's put her mind to it, she could kill Batman. Yeah, I agree. Like, I feel like Harley doesn't really care about it. That's why. Tevi has asked about Justice League vs. Teen Titans, which I'm pretty sure we also answered that in Comic Frontline a couple of times. So, yeah, so go check out that. And he says, can I do a spoiler-filled review? We'll see when it comes out what happens. Other review dude, how would you feel if Ice Cube or Terry Crews were casted as JJJ? I would love to see Terry Crews as JJJ. I think that would be a cool casting. Tyler Durden, do you listen to Linkin Park or Hollywood Undead? I've listened to Linkin Park before, not Hollywood Undead though. Mr. J's comic reviews. Well, we give the rundown for it in the beginnings of our challenge videos. That's true. So I'll just follow that and do that to see if I could be part of the challenge. Again, probably like after this week though, if I could still do that. Let me know. All right, so again, we're getting towards the end here, so I'm gonna get to the last minute. Any opinions on Invader Zim? That's from Tevia. It's a creepy show. I never really liked it too much. Like, I've seen a lot of episodes of it, like as a kid, but it was creepy. It wasn't totally my thing. I wouldn't watch it again now. Mount Vernon Kid. I'm sorry, you guys have both Mount. Tyler Durden. Have you ever watched Ed, Edd n Eddy or Courage the Cowardly Dog? Yeah, I've seen both of them. Both shows I haven't watched in a really long time. Ed, Edd n Eddy. I like the animated style of it, and how quirky the show was. But I don't think I liked it more as a kid than I do now. Courage the Cowardly Dog, another really creepy show, but it was good. It was good for what it was. I thought it was a good show. Another one I haven't seen like since I was a kid though. And Mount Vernon Kid says he's gonna review my comic real soon. I am excited to hear your thoughts, Chris. Let me know when you'll be able to do that. And Tevi's asking what challenge. You'll have to talk to Chris and Jeremy about that. They say next season Supergirl may appear on The Flash. If so, have the Golden Glider and Bug-Eyed Bandit try to foil her. That would be cool. I would love to see Supergirl on The Flash. Jeremy says it's a 10-day thing, so plenty of time. Cool. Tevye says he's loved Ed and Eddie. Cow and Chicken Coaster Love mentioned. I did not watch that show and know what it is, but I didn't really watch it when I was a kid. Other review dude, you didn't like Invader Zim. Finally, someone else who thought it was weird. It was. I thought it was just a really weird show. I mean, I understood it, and again, I've seen a lot of it, like, as a kid, but, like, it was a weird show. Tevye says, I'll review issue 3 when that comes out for you, Kat. We're in production now, and thank you, Tevye. I appreciate that. We're in production right now. Wayne's working on, like, the final pages. Then we have to get colored and lettered, so definitely keep you guys updated on that. Issue 3 is one of my favorites, so I'm excited for you guys to read it. Tyler Durden, have you read the 2001 series New X-Men? It's a crazy comic. Yeah, I've read issues. I have not read the full run. Tevye, Codename Kid Next Door. Fun show. Really enjoyed that as a kid also. And that's something like I could probably watch now and have a fun time with. Grant Morrison's always nuts, Jeremy says. He is. All right, so we're going to wrap up, give the total conclusion. So like I said, last minute questions in the comments as I give my wrap up here. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. I will have another Q&A definitely next month, and let me know in the comments. I'll probably access my topic video this week, but let me know in the comments what you would like to see for an 8,000 subscriber video. I'll probably do another Q&A, but try to make it special in some way. So let me know, and hopefully you've been enjoying these Q&As. I know I've been having a great time doing them. I like this new segment for my channel. And thank you guys for like the awesome questions for TV, comics, like Father Like Daughter. It's really awesome. So last minute questions. Let's see as we end this. Ultimate X-Men was weird. I liked Ultimate X-Men, depending on which volume we're talking about, but I liked both. All right, cool. So it's just more of a, oh, last question. Other review dude. Who do you feel was the 2000s version of Jubilee? Version of Kitty Pryde? Oh man, I don't know. That's a question I might have to think on. Actually, maybe like I'll do a topic video or something on that. That's a good question though. But I guess we're gonna leave it at that. So thank you guys for joining. This was Comic Inno, and yeah, so I'll have another Q&A next month. I'll see you guys later. Bye.